The janitor's closet was dimly lit, the smell of cleaning chemicals thick in the air. Maria, with her worn-out shoes and calloused hands, sighed as she reached for her mop. Life had been a relentless grind since her husband passed, leaving her to raise their only son, Miguel, alone. But she never complained. Each swipe of her mop is needed to survive to see her only son, Miguel, in the far city. She believed her sacrifices were worth it. That's when she spotted a crumpled piece of paper, wedged beneath the edge of a trash can. She picked it up absent-mindedly, ready to toss it away, when the bold numbers caught her eye. It was a lottery ticket. Shrugging, she stuffed it into her pocket and continued her shift, never expecting it to be more than trash. The following day, Maria sat in front of the ancient television in her modest apartment, the lottery numbers flashing on the screen. Her heart raced as she read the numbers, matching them one by one. When the realization hit her, she screamed a raw, uncontrollable sound that echoed through the tiny space. She had won. Billions. Her hands shook as she clutched the ticket. Life was about to change. Maria's first thought was Miguel. She hadn't seen him in months, ever since he married Sofia, a woman Maria found cold and dismissive. Miguel lived in a sleek condo now, far removed from his humble upbringing. Still, he was her son. She had to share the news with him first. When Maria arrived at the condo, dressed in her janitor's uniform, she knocked tentatively. Miguel opened the door, his eyes widening in surprise. "Mama, what are you doing here?" Before Maria could answer, Sofia appeared, immaculate as always, her sharp eyes scanning Maria from head to toe. "Miguel, who is it?" "It's my mother," Miguel said, stepping aside. Maria stepped in, clutching her old handbag tightly. The condo was luxurious, a far cry from the cramped apartment they once shared. Miguel was cooking, the smell of onions and garlic wafting through the air. "You're cooking?" Maria asked, surprised. "Oh, he always does," Sofia said casually, taking a seat on the plush sofa. "He's very good at it. I've taught him well." Maria's excitement bubbled over. "Miguel, I have something incredible to tell you. I found. Mama, can we talk later?" Miguel interrupted. "Sofia doesn't like the place smelling of cooking while we have guests." "Guests?" Maria echoed, confused. Sofia rolled her eyes. "Miguel, tell her we're expecting friends soon. Mama can stay, but maybe not too long." Maria's heart sank, but she tried to smile. "Of course. But first, I wanted to tell you about Miguel," Sofia interrupted, her voice sharp. The sauce is burning. The moment slipped away. Determined not to let Sofia's coldness ruin her joy, Maria left early and contacted a real estate agent. She wanted to surprise Miguel with a house. Something grand, something that would show him how much she loved him. The agent, upon realizing who Maria was, treated her like royalty. They toured sprawling estates, each more luxurious than the last. Maria's heart swelled with pride. She signed the papers on a stunning property, a sprawling house with a garden. She imagined Miguel as children playing in one day. As she left the office, she heard a familiar voice. "What are you doing here?" Maria turned to see Sofia, her expression a mix of confusion and disdain. Sofia's colleague stood nearby, looking equally puzzled. "I could ask you the same," Maria said, holding her ground. "This isn't a place for—" Sofia hesitated, glancing at Maria's simple attire. "People like you." Maria opened her mouth to explain, but Sofia cut her off. "Shouldn't you be cleaning somewhere?" Maria's face flushed. Miguel will hear about this," Sofia said, turning away. That evening, Maria's phone buzzed with a message from Miguel. "Mama, we need to talk." Sophia is upset. When Maria arrived at the condo, Miguel's face was tight with tension. Mama, what happened today? Maria tried to explain, but Sophia's voice cut through. She was making a scene at my workplace. Embarrassing me in front of my colleagues. Embarrassing you? Maria's voice rose. I was buying a house. For Miguel. Sophia laughed, a cold, hollow sound. You? Buying a house? With what money? Maria's hands clenched. If you would just listen. Mama, please, Miguel said, his voice weary. Let's not fight. Maria's heart broke. Her son didn't even defend her. Sophia's next words cut deep. Maybe you should stick to what you know. Cleaning, Maria couldn't hold back. I'm a billionaire, she said, her voice shaking. I won the lottery. For a moment, there was silence. Then Sophia laughed again, this time louder. Oh, that's rich. Miguel looked at his mother, doubt in his eyes. Mama, is this true? Before Maria could answer, the real estate agent appeared at the door. Mrs. Reyes, I have the finalized paperwork for your new property. Congratulations again. Sophia's face drained of color. Miguel's eyes widened. Maria stood taller, the weight of years of dismissal and disrespect lifting. Yes, she said, taking the papers. It's true. Sophia's shock quickly turned to anger. This doesn't change anything. You're still. She trailed off, her words biting. Sophia's calculating mind immediately searched for a way to invalidate Maria's claim. If you're so rich, where's the proof? Bank statements? Receipts? I just received it, Maria said firmly. It's all being processed. Convenient, Sophia sneered. You're probably lying. Maybe you're trying to scam someone. Miguel hesitated, his eyes darting between his wife and mother. Mama, are you sure? Where did you even get the ticket? Maria's frustration boiled over. Why is it so hard to believe I could win? Because people like you don't win, Sophia snapped. You're making us look ridiculous. Maria's voice trembled with anger. I worked my whole life cleaning up after people like you. We'll see about this, she said, dialing a number. I'll call the lottery commission myself. Let's find out if there was even a winner. Maria's stomach sank. She hadn't claimed her prize officially yet. The agent stepped forward, clearing his throat. Mrs. Reyes's win is legitimate. I've seen the paperwork myself. Sophia froze, her expression flickering between fury and panic. But she recovered quickly. That doesn't prove anything. People forge documents all the time. Enough, Maria shouted, her voice echoing through the condo. I came here to share my happiness with my son, but all you've done is insult me. You can believe what you want, Sophia, but the truth doesn't need your approval. Sophia opened her mouth to retort, but Miguel finally stepped in. Enough, Sophia, he said quietly. Let's not escalate this further. Sophia shot him a glare, but didn't push further. Instead, she turned on her heel and stormed out of the room. Maria stared at her son, her heart heavy. Miguel, I hope one day you'll understand what I've done for you. With that, she turned and walked out, leaving Miguel to grapple with his wife's manipulations and his own guilt.